America's got to find out. We've effed around and put this guy. I mean, it's sort of like, somebody breaks in your house, but you catch them before they steal anything, and then you still keep leaving your door open or unlocked, So at this point, we pretty much get what we deserve, what we get. I mean,
100%. 100%. I agree.
And I agree say that I don't want it to be that way, but it's not on me.
It's not on me either.
Dude, I phone banked. I'd never done that before. I
went door to door, brother.
I was like, because my thought was, if Kamala doesn't win, I won't feel like I didn't do anything, And so I really hoped that we would do something different, but now we just have to see. And it really has exposed so much about, I'm looking for a word, just almost the fraud, of the story, the mythology that we tell versus the reality of what we are as a country.
I mean, they're rewriting, forget about them rewriting American history. They're rewriting America's present. Like, they're literally transforming the story, the narratives in real time. I mean, it's the level of delusion that we're at, and the level of illusion that we're at is, I don't know. It's so wild. And the way that people have, like, so many millions of people have accepted it as normal, as the status quo, as something that we can somehow live with. It's
Let me tell you something, Will.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I wrote about this. This is an incident that happened when I guess we'd been living in North Carolina about a year or so. And I think about it, just to your point about how can people, believe the unbelievable. And it's a funny story, but not really. I had just kind of started writing, and, I was doing the subject matter stuff. And so I would, I'd pick the kids up from school. I was stay-at-home dad kind of thing. And one of the neighborhood kids, we were living in Fuquay Varina at the time. And my entire neighborhood, we had no idea until we moved there, but the block, everybody on the block was homeschooling their kids. So they were all sort of, fundamental Christians. The guy who lived across the street from me, when we moved there, he introduces himself and immediately starts trying to get me to go to his church. I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. What do you, but it was like
that's that. Very North Carolina of him.
Was like deep. We went to a little like a cookout at somebody's house, and we had an ice cooler with some little, margarita stuff. And they're looking at us like blasphemy. Everybody else is drinking Kool-Aid, right? So I'm at there was. Some kid was having, backyard birthday party. And I'm standing around eating a piece of pizza, I'm the only dad there, all these moms, because they all are homeschooling their kids, right? And I hear this woman say, Tommy, or whatever her kid's name is, asked me the other day, where did dinosaurs come from? And I'm like, I'm hearing this, and she says, I didn't know what to tell him, so I asked our pastor. I'm like, what? and now I got to hear where this is going, right? She said, I didn't know what to tell him, so I asked our pastor. And so based on the pastor's consultation, she continues, and she says, so I told him that a long time ago, people used to see dinosaurs. People used to see dinosaurs, and they didn't know. Oh, no, the kid wanted to know where dragons came from.
Okay.
Dragons. And so The pastor tells her, oh, that it was dinosaurs and they didn't know what they were. And that's how the story. And I'm like, but wait a minute, though. People and dragons or people and dinosaurs not around at the same time. But this is, and she's telling this as though it's like real. And I'm just looking at this person. I'm like, because I was thinking, is this a joke? So when you have people that are, that, what do you call it? Suspension of disbelief, where they believe some. So when you think about a grown person who can be convinced that what, I don't know, the Middle Ages dinosaurs are running around, right? It's not that hard to believe that Trump looks like Rambo. Right?
Or that he's a great businessman,
all this stuff,
or anything else. Yeah.
And I saw Christy Nome. Now she's the Homeland Security, because she's cosplaying now. Every time I see her, she's dressed like she's in Iraq or something. But she was on one of these shows and she was talking about how all of this stuff with Elon Musk is necessary because people don't trust government. And the reporter, to their credit, said, "But you're the government." And she started acting like, well, yeah, no, it's not me. It's it's the other government, like, and I'm like, well,
it's the deep state, Marlon.
Yeah, if there was a deep state, it would not be letting this happen. Elon Musk would not be doing what he's doing. But, that's probably a conversation for another show.
Oh, yeah, we can. We can.
But it's all, when you get down to it, it's easy. These are the same people that had Obama, he's a Muslim plant. When you start hearing that kind of, I don't know what to call it, man. But people convince themselves of things that aren't real and ignore things that are real.
And the media helps, brother. The media helps.
Listen, if there was any good that came out of the way this election went, I have given my television such a rest. Like today, it hasn't even been on because during the day, most of what I would consume would be news related. And just the capitulation, the unwillingness to ask the obvious question, right? It's just unforgivable to me.
Or to state the obvious truth.
Yeah. I think I hope that's what makes this important, and I'll toot my horn, and writers and folks like us, because information has been, at least for now anyway, democratized. Somebody's got to say what's real.
We have to have truth tellers. It's a critical part of any kind of revolutionary change, which we're on the cusp of, whether we want or not. However this place is changing, it will be revolutionary in one way or another. It will be drastic. And I don't think that people in this country are ready for any of that. Like what we're seeing right now at the beginning of Trump's presidency that's throwing everyone into a frenzy, it is nothing. It is nothing compared to where we're going to be. And
I think a big part of it too, I don't know these people. I just, the part that really bedevils me is the Republicans that are seeing this and they have convinced themselves it's not going to get on them. I saw one of the senators from Alabama, they're backing all of this whole, whatever you want to call what Doge is doing. And so National Institutes of Health has been, a target. And now she realizes, oh, wait, University of Alabama is the biggest employer in the state. This is going to cost millions. And now it's like, well, hold on. Not me. I didn't. No, no, don't hit me. No, it's going to get all of them. It's going to get everybody. And what's so funny is, the states that are probably going to get hurt the worst are the states that voted for this person.
100%. Exactly.
It's just nuts.
But those same people who voted for him, right, and lied to themselves about who he was and what he was going to do and what he's doing, and what he says, when they start getting hurt and they're fed a narrative about who's hurting them, they're going to be primed. They've been primed to believe it. They're primed to believe whatever explanation someone gives them. And that's going to continue. It's going to continue for a while because these people are not interested in enlightening themselves or changing their mind. That ship has sailed. They are dedicated and zealous in their support and worship, basically, of Donald Trump. So I don't know how we get out of that. It's like you said, Republicans, they're playing right along. They're for whatever reason, I believe it's more fear-based. I think that what I saw early on was people were afraid of him. And I can see why people are afraid of Trump because anyone who goes against him, the consequences are severe for them and for their lives. So I really think he's just getting this far because of fear and because there's enough people who want to use him and use his position and use his powers that, they'll protect him, from any adverse consequences. And the U.S. government seems dead set on protecting him from any adverse consequences as well. So as long as all of those things remain in place, I really don't see how we're going to get out of this. Thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour-long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support and see you next time.